Hello. I'm chilly. It's January 28th. This is my daily creative act. Uh, this is what I was thinking about as my creative act today, which is what I've noticed that I've been doing, which is that if I have time on my hands, then I'm looking. If I ever have time on my hands and I'm in a new area or an area that I'm unfamiliar with, then I look on my maps, Google Maps or whatever, Apple Maps or whatever, and I just look for the large green spaces on the maps, which are usually going to be some golf courses. Sadly, maybe not sadly, I don't know. Maybe, well, I say sadly because all this stuff is underutilized though, because I'm out here in a freaking beautiful nature preserve that's like 10 minutes from an errand that I was running. And we got my son at a school thing for like an hour and a half, and I looked up a space and it's 10 minutes from where he's at. And I'm in the middle of nowhere, or in the middle of nature, in the middle of a place that I'm not familiar with, and a place that if I sit and let myself get quiet, a place that has a lot of power. A lot of power to reset the mind and reset my nervous system. In the like world of awakening, in the world of like in this the spiritual path, you'll just hear a lot of people talk about like a pull back to nature. And I just feel that pull. I feel that pull really strongly. And what I notice is when I get out here, that everything emotionally becomes a little bit, my perspective becomes more spacious. And so it's not something I can think my way into, because it's like it's a feeling that happens in an immersive situation. So it's not something I can sit on my couch and in one sense now, in the sense that I can close my eyes and imagine anything, that's also a superpower. So, but I think you need to load up on experiences to have some imaginative experiences too. So like, I don't know if our human brains can imagine something we haven't had some experience with. But now, if I sit and for maybe 10, 15 minutes next to this water when I stop this video and feel its energy compared with the energy of my storytelling in my head, and then the storytelling just sort of unravels a little bit. And then if that practice, like later on when I'm not by this water and not immersed in nature or whatever so-called nature, I can pull this picture back up. I can pull the imagery back up. I can pull the emotions back up. And when I pull it back up in my mental space, then I might be able to duplicate the mechanics of what's happening in my body out here. So it takes both. It takes sitting and quiet and maybe eyes closed and really not having your senses pushed, and then using an imaginative space to soothe yourself, to bring comfort to your own psyche. But also it takes an actual connection with nature. There's some sort of shack over there. If I say cabin, it's like softens it up. There's a cabin over there, but if I say shack, there's some sort of shack over there. There's some sort of cabin over there. I was on the posters, so I don't know what the historical significance of it is. Some man lived in some cabin. Another trick the mind likes to play is to say that winter is colorless and void and dead. And it's like, man, this place is full of color. It's subtle and it's browns, but it's colorful, very colorful. All right. Thanks for tracking. Someone last night mentioned time-lapse videos, and I do think that for this, I just want to put that in the air, that me recording these things for myself is like a time-lapse. So I can see myself develop, see myself grow, see myself shed off old energy and step into myself in some new ways. So thanks for coming along as far as you got. And I just hope that you're well. And I hope that, let's see, maybe we can sit and take in the water for a second. I hope the best for you.